Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Callie. This is my channel. It's pretty random and tonight is absolutely no exception because I am watching the video Contagion, or the movie. Back when the coronavirus first, started going on, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we were told we should watch the movie Contagion, and then, for the last couple nights we've been wanting to watch it, and tonight, ironically, we were setting up to watch it, and we looked at a notification, and apparently my brother-in-law is watching it right now too. So, I just think that's really crazy. I don't know if you do know, but everyone should know that Hollywood actually reveals a lot of truth in the movies, with a lot of fear, a lot of propaganda, conditioning. So you gotta watch out for that. But a lot of the time, the movies have like this seed of truth that you can, universal truth, that you can, or what they're planning to do sometimes. I mean, you can go back at like 2008. I think there's a 2008 episode of The Simpsons where Tom Hanks actually gets the flu in the movie. So it's called predictive programming. I don't know. Look into it if you're not aware of it. I'm going to be doing some videos on it. But we're watching the movie just to kind of get an idea of what they could have been preparing people's mind for back then. So yeah, I'll be watching it and I guess letting you guys know what I think during moments. I think there's some important information. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, real quick for those of you who don't know, Contagion was a movie released in 2011. It's starring Gwyneth Paltrow and Matt Damon. So it says here that the box office was $135 million. So a lot of people saw the movie. Alright, I'm actually really curious about this, you guys, so alright, so I'm gonna forewarn you guys right now that this movie, or this certain video is going to have a lot of spoiler alerts. Because why I watch the whole movie if I can just, recap what they're pretty much trying to show us without all the emotion. Because what I notice about movies is it's hard to stay emotionally detached, and you'll find yourself like feeling really triggered ways, like the first 5 to 7 minutes of the movie, the guy's wife and kid is dead. They die. So you have a male here who just lost his wife and his child, and who knows, I have no idea how the rest of the movie is going to go, but when you look up the movie, it says starring Gwyneth Paltrow, and she dies within the first 5 minutes, so it's really starring Matt Damon, and whoever else that we'll see in it, but yeah, I'm really curious exactly what they reveal in this movie. So, alright, I'll be back with you guys. I'm at the part where they bring up the World Health Organization. So I find that interesting because the World Health Organization has been coming out with quite a lot lately. So yeah, alright. Be back. Alright, so basically, I don't even know what to think at this point, because I'll tell you, something tells me that it's not necessarily talking about the coronavirus. I don't know. So this movie could be, like a foresight into coronavirus, but I have this weird feeling that it's a foresight into something else that could happen, because they keep bringing up the day Thanksgiving, okay? So they keep bringing up Thanksgiving Day, and they've called it an industrialized disease, which gives me, the impression that the coronavirus isn't going to come from, not the coronavirus, but the virus that this is talking is come from industrialized animals, and it's referring to bat and pigs. So we know the coronavirus comes from bats, but it's almost like this is an even hybrid version of that. I don't know. I don't know. And they keep bringing up the word encephalitis, which is basically where the brain swells up so much from infection. So they're dying from encephalitis, so which means their brain is practically swollen to the point of death. So yeah, definitely series, like, really interesting so far. Yeah, in the movie it is definitely spreading way faster than what the coronavirus is spreading, but the coronavirus is still spreading pretty fast. But it even seems like whatever disease that they're, portraying here on Contagion is a lot faster. So, I don't know. I thought I would have more to comment on, but I'm kind of just really trying to absorb a lot of the information, and I'll probably try to do a movie review on Monday or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I noticed that in the beginning they used a lot of like these really big words like pleomorphic, glycoproteins, morphologically pathognomic, and so it's words, or paramoxyvirus, like words that the average person definitely isn't going to know. So watching this movie, what they were really talking about may have just like really slipped by everybody. So I'm trying to really decipher what it's saying. Obviously you guys will know what I know when I know. So yeah, stay tuned. Oh, an interesting fact that they said in the movie that I actually confirmed was that people touch their face between 2,000 to 3,000 times a day. I think it's like 25 times an hour or something like that, which that is a lot. So you're touching other things, and then you touch your face, and then you're touching other things, and then you touch your face. So it's like, why do we touch our face so much? I don't even know, but I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share it. So yeah, I'm going to continue the movie, and you'll see me soon. Alright, so I wanted to also share something else before we get too deep into it. They keep saying they keep talking about the herb Forsythia, or it's a plant, Forsythia, okay, Forsythia. And so I was like, you know what, I wonder what the healing properties, or the medicinal properties of that plant is. And lo and behold, alright, it is used for swelling of the air passages in the lung, alright, sore throats, fevers, vomiting, HIV and AIDS, but basically pain and swelling and inflammation. So I think that's really weird, because I know that a lot of the times people wait for the pharmaceutical companies to come up with some type of cure or vaccine they can take, but the problem is that they're always contaminated with other things that they're trying to put into the people's DNA, or that they just, it's like we know, this is the thing, they're putting things in the vaccines that don't need to be in there, and people are like, well, it's like, I don't understand any comprehensible excuse for putting things, like heavy metals or baby fetus or things like that, but that's a whole different conversation. So I just want to say, for those who, like, if let's say the cure is not something people can afford, Forsythia is a good herb to use for inflammation and things like that. But I would like to know, and I will look up after this video, what exactly people are dying from the coronavirus, what actually is happening within their body causing them to die. Is their heart give out, their lungs get too full of fluid, or in this case, what was encephalitis, which your brain swells too much. So I don't know, but I will get back to you guys when I do figure that out. Alright, so I just ended the movie Contagion, and honestly, I've learned some things that I didn't know before. One is the practices that go into I guess, the pharmaceutical companies and creating new vaccines for new viruses and things like that. And also what happens when people are faced with a fear they can't see, or a danger that they can't see, like some flu, some, disease like that. The most, contagious thing on earth is fear, because I don't know if you've noticed, but fear in one person definitely will trigger the fear in another. The same with, negative emotion. When someone has negative emotion, you definitely feel it, and you maybe are taken over by it, or maybe you can, you have enough control to take that in without letting it drive you too. But definitely the movie I'm sensing is, there was like no plot twist. It was just like walking us through what happens when some type of epidemic or pandemic breaks out, like, H1N1 or SARS, or, and I found it really interesting that their practices are absolutely abhorrent. I don't know if any of you know, but in order to create a vaccine, they first have to infect as many animals as it takes to find a cure that works. So, we're testing animals and killing animals to find vaccines for humans to live, which seems very strange to me. And it doesn't seem right, honestly. And then, just with the farming industry, and I'm talking about livestock specifically, how humans can accept that kind of as a way of survival when technology is so amazing. They say we need meat to survive, and I'm not saying be vegetarian, but they say we need meat to survive. However, most of the meat goes to waste. So it's not like these industries are feeding a bunch of people. They're profiting a bunch of money, which is what the vaccine companies do. Something breaks out, not everyone gets the vaccine, and of course it's whoever can pay for the vaccine. In the movie it was randomized by birth dates, but I guarantee if it ever does happen, it's going to be who can pay for the vaccine. So I find that all very strange and interesting. And that particular, the strain of virus that the movie is talking about came from eating pigs. A bat infected a pig. The pig then went on and infected a bunch of people. People spread it real fast by moving, by touching, But the thing is also how people reacted who weren't even infected. And you see it happening now with all the people going into like a panic buying mode. Buying everything they can, which means people who need are going without. And a lot of people can't afford to stock up on things, So it's like you go panic buying a bunch of stuff. There's people who really need that stuff that cannot get it now. And it's just really crazy to me that during things like this, certain corporations make a lot of money. All off of fear, all off of panic. And people act so illogically, robbing each other, killing each other. This is in the movie, everyone went crazy. And what I found interesting is they kept relating it to SARS, which was the Spanish flu back in like 1918, and that killed 1% of the population. And it's like something that kills 1% is enough to drive the 99% crazy into completely illogical states of behavior. So I don't know. I definitely need to look more into this movie and see what I can find. And also the fact that the FDA can't approve of natural herbal remedies because there's no market. People can grow that on their own. You know, you don't need to pay a bunch of money for a vaccine because there's a ton of herbs that you yourself would have control over. You know, they can't stop someone from growing whatever herbal medicine they may need, but they can definitely, you know, people aren't going to be able to create the compounds and elements that these vaccines consist of. So, I don't know, it's really crazy to me. I don't even know what to think about the movie, to be honest, because it didn't seem like there was like a twist or, you know, it just was basically walking us through what happens when a pandemic or epidemic breaks out, you know, from everyone's perspective. The CDC, the World Health Organization, doctors, people, kind of everyone involved. So I just thought it was a little interesting to see how each, you know, person is affected in their own way. And I mean, it didn't go over the people who have it the worst in our society, and I'm talking about people living in poverty, people living deep in the city with not a lot of means, not a lot of resources, homeless people. For some reason, we don't ever think about these people in our society. But these are the people affected the worst by these type of crises. You know, if we weren't dealing with animals like we do, a lot of the stuff that we get wouldn't spread. Or it wouldn't even infect us, you know? Swine flu couldn't have killed people if we weren't eating swine. And they say it's from the air, but how do you know it's not from your bacon? I don't know. It's just really crazy. So watch what you eat, you know, because they're saying you could breathe it in, but you may be eating it too. And I'm not talking about coronavirus specifically, but if this is a foresight for the future, watch what you eat. Because it's not just me. But a lot of people who are in tune with nature know that something is happening. It's good, but you know, for good to happen, sometimes things that are uncomfortable has to happen first. Change has to take place for things to evolve and to grow, and growth hurts. So with that said, I don't know, I'll link the movie below, and I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure. I'll link the movie and I'll find out, and if it is on Netflix, I will link that below too. But yes, thank you all for watching. If you have yet to subscribe, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because I'm sure one day there'll be a video just for you. Alright, you guys, take absolutely great care, and I'll see you next time.